In this video, I'm going to be going over the best possible budget team right now in NBA 2K24. My team, this is going to be a great starter squad. If you guys have around 50 to 70,000 MT and you guys want to build a really good starter team that is going to be for a budget price tag, this is, in my opinion, the best budget team in the game. Now, you don't have to build this exact squad if you just want to take some budget options from this team and add it to your own squad with maybe some free pre-order bonus cards you got and just some other cards you like as well. But this is going to be a great guide for a budget squad that you guys can build, and you can downgrade or upgrade however you want depending on how much MT you guys are willing to spend. But it's going to be a really cheap squad. At the starting point guard position, we do have the Sapphire Curry. He's going to be, yes, about 11,000 MT. I think it's 11,500, but he's going to be so amazing on offense, and he's going to be your main source offense. 6'2" at point guard, 6'3" wingspan. But we know the reason why Curry's so overpowered is because of that jump shot and because of the dribble sigs, making him damn near unguardable and just all around a super glitchy offensive card. So yes, he's expensive, but he's going to be our main source of offense on the starting lineup. I do think he's definitely worth having. Now at the starting shooting guard position, I am going to go with a cheaper card, and that's going to be the Emerald Shaedon Sharpe. I think he's a really good all-around shooting guard. There's a couple good shooting guards, in this squad, but Sharpe, 6'5" at shooting guard, 6'8" wingspan. I mean, just a great all-around card. He can drive to the basket, he can knock down threes, he's fairly quick. I mean, just all around is a great card. He's not super glitchy, but once again, it's a budget squad, so we can't expect to have, the best teams in the game. But I think Shaedon Sharpe gonna be a really good all-around card. And then at the starting small forward position, this card is a little bit pricey, so you don't have to go with him, but I do think Mike Miller you can get for free. I will say, I'm not exactly sure the agenda. Let me quickly check here. I think it's 21 points, or no, sorry, 21 threes over multiple T2 online games or co-op games in the online mode. Actually, you might be able to do offline. I'm not 100% sure. It says T2 online or co-op games, so you might be able to do it in the offline co-op and get that done really easily. So I'm not 100% sure on that, but you can get this card for free, or he's going to cost you around 16k on the auction house. But the reason why he's in this budget team is just how good of a card he actually is. 6'8", can play shooting guard and the small forward position, 6'11" wingspan. He's got an 86 3 ball, 82 mid-range, great shooting badges on gold and a couple on silver, and his jump shot's knockdown. It's not the best release in the game, but it's super easy to time with. He's also got the Kyrie escape moves. He's got the combo moves of Steph Curry, so he can move a little bit on the court, but mainly just going to be a lockdown once again that you can get for completely free. Now at the power forward position, going to be another fairly expensive card, but I feel like you need to have the Sapphire Giannis in your budget lineups just for how overpowered he is at the power forward spot, being a 7-foot power forward, 7'4" wingspan. We know Giannis at the start of my team is always just so game breaking because of his athleticism and his size. Yes, he's not going to be able to shoot threes. He's not necessarily super quick, but it's just Giannis. He plays so good in game. He gets great defensive animations and is still one of the best slashing cards in the game. So for me, Sapphire Giannis is going to be our starting power forward. And then at the starting center position, I really do like this Rafe LaFrentz card at center. I think he's a solid enough big defensively where he can hold the zone. He's 6'11", 7'2" wingspan, has a great player model, and I really like his jump shot. Now, it's definitely preference if you like his jump shot or not, so I'd recommend trying him out, with our other center that I'll talk about here, because I know some people would maybe rather use a center that's coming off the bench in this squad, but for me, I really do like Rafe LaFrentz. So he's going to be our starting center, and this is, in my opinion, the best budget starting lineup in the game. Like I said, you can downgrade or upgrade wherever you want. Maybe you don't want Giannis and you want a cheaper power forward. Maybe you don't want Mike Miller. Maybe you want a cheaper small forward. You can go ahead and do so, but this is a really cheap starting lineup that I do think can somewhat compete against some of the better starting lineups in the game. Now off the bench, if you're going to get the duo of Derek Fisher and Robert Horry, then I definitely think you run Derek Fisher and you run Robert Horry, because their duo puts both these cards to a ruby, which is really nice. To get 2 free rubies on this squad, I do think is definitely worth the have. You can't really see it on the lineup screen that they go up to a ruby, but Robert Horry is going to go from a sapphire to a ruby card. He's going to get +7 mid-range. He's going to get +15 strength. Just a bunch of all-around stat upgrades. and going to make him a lot better at the power forward spot. Same thing for Derek Fisher. He's actually going to go from an emerald all the way up to a ruby card, and he becomes a lot better. Plus 15 speed, putting him at a 94 speed makes him so fast on the court. Also now has a 95 ball handle. He's got some pretty good shooting badges, 83 ball, and a very solid jump shot. So I think off the bench, if you want to have 2 free cards in your lineup, I think Derek Fisher and I think Robert Horry is definitely the way to go to kind of bring the price down of this squad, having those 2 amazing free cards in the lineup. And then for the backup shooting guard position, I want to go with the Emerald RJ Richard Jefferson. I feel like he's kind of a slept on Emerald card in the game. 6'7" at shooting guard, 7-foot wingspan, is super tall, and he plays amazing, you know, just all around in game. He's going to be a very good defender because of his player model and his size. He always gets great defensive animations in 2K. He's fairly quick with 79 speed, 79 acceleration. His jump shot is questionable. He's the same jump shot that he always has, and that could be a reason why he's not that great of a card, and that's why he's a budget card. But the thing is, he's still going to be so good at going to the basket. It gives you that size and that rim running ability with an 80 driving dunk. There could be some better options at the shooting guard spot, maybe some budget cards that can really shoot the lights out, but I do like Richard Jefferson in this type of squad. And then I got Al Harrington as our backup small forward. I think he's a really underrated Emerald card in the game. If we take a look at Al Harrington here, we can see 6'9" at small forward, 7-foot wingspan, 85 driving dunk, so just like RJ, great at getting to the basket, 83 ball, 81 mid-range. But I really do like this jump shot. I think it's a very knockdown release. And once again, we got to keep this, you know, squad very cheap and on the budget price tag. Can't really go for the super expensive and great cards, but I think so far, I mean, it's a good all-around balanced budget team. There's no crazy overpowered cards because you can't really afford them this year, you know, so far at least, just with how overpriced and how expensive a lot of the cards in the game are. So I think for a budget team, it's kind of hard to make at this time of the year. Hopefully in the future, maybe over the next week or two or a couple of weeks, 2K will start lowering the prices of emeralds and sapphires and ruby cards, that they could become more affordable for budget teams and no money spend players. But this so far I think is the best budget team in the game. And then we also do have Emerald Kristaps coming off the bench as our backup center. Like I said, him and Rafe LaFrance really LaFrance, I think that's how you say his last name. It really just comes down to preference and opinion. Porzingis is 7'3" at center. Yes, he's got 25 speed and he feels like an absolute slug, but he's 7'3" at center, 7'6" wingspan, has a pretty knockdown jump shot, can green from, you know, fairly deep on the 3-point line, you know, with his release on normal timing. He's a decent interior defender, nothing too crazy, kind of does get pushed around and definitely blown by. You know, he's super slow, hard to get back in transition with Kristaps. But all around, guys, this is, in my opinion, the best budget team in the game. Should come out to be, like, price wise under 100,000 MT for sure. I think it's more like 70k for this squad, 65 to 70k. Once again, could make some downgrades if you want to even drop the price lower on the squad. But I think spending that much MT to build the starting team is really not that bad. I think this team can somewhat compete in the salary cap game mode. I'm not sure if it is under the salary cap limit, but maybe you can throw some gold cards in there. Like Goran Dragic's a pretty good point guard for a gold. But yeah, all around, I think this is the best budget team in the game. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about the budget team? And let me know some other great budget options that I maybe missed in this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.